Hi there, beautiful souls watching. Thank you, welcome, and let's see what's going on today. I want to share with you today something special. It's about healers and a visit to a healer. I was, during my mediumship trainment, also interested in healing and healing energy, and it more or less goes together. At least in my mediumship trainment, our mediumship teachers said you can't really have one without the other. If you're sensitive and you start to work with your psychic skills and train them, it's the same energy that's used for information, or you can also use it for healing. And that's very interesting. So they also taught us some methods, like the very classic simple thing of putting your hands onto somebody and just being a conduit and stepping aside with your ego and just letting the healing energy, the white light power, flow through you into the person you lay your hands upon. You don't even have to touch them. You can even do it a little bit above their body. Then you're already more or less working in the ether or the astral body. So I was always interested also in healing, and learned a few things, like you can even send healing energy via distance. That's only a thought in your head, that you have to be one-in-one with the person and things like that. And as I used to travel in the winter time to Brazil and spend time with my friends there, I once had the opportunity, because of my curiosity, to accompany my best friend's daughter to a local Brazilian healer. And he was very interesting, this guy. He was said to work with Archangel Gabriel. So that kind of triggered my curiosity because of the work with an angel. And so I asked her. She wanted to go there because she had some problems with her psychic skills. She was, like her full-blown clairvoyant mother, she also had the psychic skills and was perceiving a lot. But she wasn't that much into working with that because she already found kind of her path, her profession. She was working in a hospital, helping people. So that was kind of her path. And the shortest way to the hospital, when she got out of the bus or the tram station or the metro, was to cross a churchyard. And there she always saw these kind of wavering energies or echoes of the deceased ones, and sometimes even stuck deceased ones still hanging around there over their grave. So she had to walk through the churchyard, and she was seeing all these kind of energy forms and ghosts or spirits or deceased ones, whatever you want to call that. And she didn't like that very much, to see that, because they, of course, like I already told, they can see from the etheric plane whether you can perceive them or not, because you're emitting a different light. And if you look directly at them, because you see them, then they notice, of course, that you can see them, and then they come to you, the stuck ones that want to finish a business or have some problem, and they expect more or less that somebody who can see them can also help them. But she didn't know what to do with them, and she didn't even want to go that path because she already found her path. And to get to her workplace in the hospital, another way, she would have had to walk around the whole church and the churchyard, and would have taken much longer, so that she would have had to get up earlier in the morning, take an earlier bus, and so on. And she wasn't willing to do that. And that was one thing on her mind also, and some other things she wanted to know from this healer. So he was quite close to where I was, and I accompanied her to this guy, and it was kind of a laborious procedure because the Brazilians handle that a bit differently. You had to get to the place, then you kind of drew a number, and then you had to wait, sometimes hours. So we got there, she got her number, we were waiting and waiting, and after 1 hour or 1.5, she was called in, and I was allowed to accompany her. And that was very interesting. Entering the room, I saw this kind of not very tall man with dark skin and gray hair and a gray beard. He was maybe above 60. And, the Brazilians, they are rarely 1 meter and 80 in height or something like that. They're more 150, 160, something like that. So he was kind of a small guy. But the first thing when we entered the room, I perceived was this great, big, tall presence of angel energy that I already encountered, and I recognized the energy because of the boldness and the power and being much taller than this kind of small guy. And the funny thing that happened when we entered the room, my friend, she did not even had said anything, not even hello, good day, or something like that. We were just coming in. He turned his head, looked at her, and said, "But you have to confront them all." And I knew at once what he meant. He was talking about the spirits and ghosts from the churchyard that she wanted to avoid. And he said, without her having placed a question about that, he answered it right when she came in. He said, "You have to confront them all. You have to deal with that." Wow, that was interesting. And I really liked that. And that was kind of the main thing for me. The rest wasn't that interesting. He gave her some kind of homeopathic or kind of Ayurvedic herb pills and remedies for this and that and so on. But the main thing, her main question was kind of how to deal with these perceptions on the churchyard, which I do not prefer, And he answered that right away without her having asked the questions. That was what I really liked. And the funny other thing is, I traveled to Brazil for more than a decade every winter. And whenever I came back to Germany, people who heard that I've been to Brazil, or friends that knew that I go there every winter, they always, sooner or later, came up with a question. "Oh, did you see John of God, the famous Brazilian healer? Did you visit him?" And I always had to say, "No." "But you were there 3 months. Why didn't you just took a little trip? You're curious about healing energy. I don't understand why you don't go and have a look at him." And the funny thing is, I was interested in this healer. I read and heard a lot about him. Even some of my Brazilian friends had consulted him with, in their opinion and reality and view and experience, was a good experience. And I really kind of wanted to go and see this man one day, and I never managed. I already started thinking, is there something wrong with me? I'm interested and I want to go there. And whenever I'm in Brazil, I kind of do not get there. There's so much other stuff. Then I'm traveling here and there with my friends, and suddenly 3 months are already passed by, and I have to go back to Germany. And then my friends all show up asking me, "Have you seen John of God?" And I thought, why? What's wrong there? And then a few years ago, it all came out about this man, that he was abusing women and was involved into child trafficking and sexual abuse of some of his clients. And my Brazilian friends even told me some insider information that when he was taken by the police to be interrogated, funny and weird things happened, like suddenly the refrigerator at the police station exploded, or suddenly the screen of the computer went on and filled the whole screen with zeros, and then started to print these zeros kind of without an end, and they had to put it off and switch it off, and it was kind of a problematic thing. And even the legal law person who had to interrogate this man, this Brazilian healer, had an accident, was caught by a car leaving the hotel and wanting to go to the interrogation at the police station. Isn't that interesting? So I know now that even with black magic you can get some healing, and you can provide some results, but there's always a cost to that. And after I heard about this, what's really behind this so-called, so famous and well-known Brazilian healer, who was even promoted in TV and was traveling around the world and so on, and everybody was kind of crazy, "Oh, John of God." And after I learned the truth, I only said thank you to my guides and to Source and God that I did never get there, because it might not have been a good experience, who knows. So then I suddenly understood why I was never able to get there and have a look at the sky. Not even for curiosity. It was kind of a safeguarding for me that I never got there. And I, in my ego mind, thought, what's wrong with me? Why don't I ever manage to get and see the sky? So I want to leave you with that, because sometimes things are not as they seem, and it's very different. So just stay open, and also accept if some things do not happen, because there might be a bigger reason for your higher good that it does not happen. So I'm very happy and okay now with that. Wasn't before, was thinking I'm somehow wrong or so. And now I'm okay with that. And so that's why I want to share that with you. Thank you, dear souls, for watching. Blessings, love, and light onto your path. Bye.